Today's video is going to be for the heterosexual men out there. Hello, welcome. Hope you're doing fantastic. If you are a woman, a heterosexual woman watching this video, or anybody really, feel free to drop a comment about, do you agree with these sentiments? Where do you challenge these ideas? I would be interested to hear your thoughts. If you are a man who is not particularly successful in romantic relationships right now, specifically in the attracting women portion, this video is for you. Okay, tip number one is to read relationship books. Ask yourself as a man, how many relationship books have you ever read? There is a common misconception that books about relationships, love, psychology, spirituality are for women. And even though they might be catered sometimes towards women, this doesn't mean that there isn't any really valuable information that you as a man can extract from that book and apply to your own life to be better with women. Try to understand women. Try to understand us. I'm saying this from a woman's perspective. I can understand a lot of the reasons why women are unhappy in today's society, why women are more masculine in today's society. And you as a man need to be aware of that. If you want to be part of fixing the problem, you have to work on yourself. So, read relationship books. The number one book that I always recommend to my friends, to pretty much like anybody that I meet, low-key, is Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. This book is one of the best books on relationships. I think that it is a timeless classic. It took me 2 attempts to read this book because on the first attempt, I tried to listen to it as an audiobook. And honestly, I felt a lot of objection to some of the ideas and scenarios posed right in the introduction. But when I actually got through the book, I realized how much insight it had given me on certain situations, on dynamics in relationships that are so applicable, and they're just in black and white if you gain awareness. That concludes point 1. Read books about relationships and try to understand women, if not by talking to them, at least by reading about it, at least by listening to women online. Just try. Step number 2 is to do hard things. If you're a man in your teens or 20s or even 30s, you know by now, like you have heard by now, unless you are literally Patrick Star living under a rock, that confidence is what attracts women the most. And you know where confidence comes from? Confidence is directly tied to self-respect and your wins in life. If you don't do hard things, you will never gain respect for yourself. So as a man, especially, I think that women have to do hard things as well to gain respect for themselves too. But I think the world sets up women enough to go through hard things, honestly. As a man, you have to go through hard things. Masculinity is made. Masculinity is made, femininity is preserved. This is true. And when you respect yourself for doing these difficult things, for overcoming these challenges, others will respect you too. You will naturally gain more social status, including with women. The way that you walk, the way that you talk is going to completely change when you challenge yourself and when you go through that personal development that just naturally happens when you force yourself out of your comfort zone. For men especially, having some kind of physical outlet for your energy is invaluable. Go to the gym, learn to fight, jiu-jitsu, judo, something that is hard. Get in touch with your masculine side. Be part of some kind of environment where you're going to be with other men who are also working to improve themselves. It's going to bring out positive masculine energy in you, which will naturally make you more attractive to women. Tip number 3 is to learn something and become competent in something that will improve one of 2 things for the woman that you want to be with. I'm going to give you some insight into the female brain right now, okay? Everyone says that women are so hard to understand and women are constantly nagging and women are never communicating and this and that. But women only really want 2 things. They want peace and security. That's it. What does peace look like? Peace comes in the form of emotional intelligence, of communication, of being emotionally available. But security comes in the form of knowing that you've got it. She doesn't have to figure everything out for herself. She doesn't have to be the one that's constantly driving the bus. She wants to know that you've got it and she can be in the passenger seat and just like enjoy the ride, you know? This doesn't mean that she doesn't want to help you navigate. If you are in the passenger seat, it's kind of boring to just sit there and stare out the window. You want to help the driver navigate, look out for like cops on the road, look out for animals crossing the road, look out for, play that awesome playlist for the road trip of life. But ultimately, all women want to do is just know that you've got it. You're not going to crash into a pole. You're not going to swerve. You're not going to get pulled over. You're not going to lash out at her in some road rage or something, you know? Women just want to feel secure. Women want to relax and be led. And when women are like that, when they can lean into, sorry, I know that this is so overplayed, but it's like so true. Women want to lean into their feminine energy. But a lot of men don't allow their women to relax fully because women's genuine expressions for what they need are just brushed off as nagging, as women being women. Like, buddy, have you looked at yourself? Unfortunately, a lot of men in today's society have become complacent and they cannot handle it realistically. Women can handle issues better themselves. And that is why a lot of women just opt to be single. They don't want to be single in theory, but it's just the more safe option right now. Tip number 4 is to reevaluate the male relationships that you have around you. I am such a strong believer in the saying, you are the average of the top 5 people that you spend the most time with. I recognize that male friendships and female friendships have different dynamics, and men and women make friends for different reasons and uphold relationships with their friends for different reasons. But if you are hanging out with men who talk shit about women, who degrade women, who cheat on women, who abuse women, that doesn't say a whole lot good about you. It certainly doesn't signal to women that you're a good choice long-term, and it certainly doesn't make you a better partner to your woman as well. Tip number 5 is, while you are at least single, while you're at least looking for the woman who you want to settle down with, cultivate friendships with other women. A lot of men look at women only through a sexual lens. I have heard on multiple occasions from men that they don't even entertain friendships with women because if they can't sleep with the women, there's nothing that the woman can offer them. This approach is truly ridiculous because there is a whole half of the population that you are just dismissing as though they have nothing to offer. This is simply not true. Women have a lot to offer in terms of emotional intelligence, in terms of how you can be a better partner to women. And through friendships with women, you can actually get so much valuable insight that will help you to attract the woman of your dreams if you just stop looking at women as specifically sexual objects. So instead of looking at being in the friend zone as something strictly negative and as though you have to cut off all ties with that woman because she placed you in the friend zone, consider that this is an opportunity to actually cultivate a deeper relationship with that woman. But part of that is, again, not looking at women as purely sexual objects and working on your emotional intelligence, which having friendships with women can help you to develop. Tip number 6 is going to be a bit controversial, might ruffle some feathers. I'm going to say what a lot of women are thinking, but a lot of women would get burned at the stake if they vocalized. I'm going to say something about video games, okay? Brace yourself. Most of the time, the reason why women get annoyed or turned off by men playing video games is because oftentimes the men who excessively play video games are the same men who haven't done shit. That is the harsh truth. If you were good with your money, if you were good with your job, if you were good with your physical health, if you, again, allowed your woman to lean into her feminine energy, she probably wouldn't say anything to you playing video games every once in a while. You know what? If that's your way to relax, that's fine. If you find that video games are higher on your priority list than working out, educating yourself financially, getting your job in order, improving yourself, you're probably not going to attract the right woman anytime soon. Tip number 7 is going to be to stop consuming pornographic content on social media. If you want to turn off a woman that you're pursuing, or destroy your current relationship, simply follow a bunch of these women of lax behavior, I'll call them, on Instagram or any other social media. As a woman, when I see these kinds of things on men's social media, what it signals to me is that this man is emotionally immature. He views women through an extremely sexualized lens. He can't be trusted because he has a lustful eye and he's not even ashamed of it. And I'm not the only woman that thinks like this. There are thousands of comments, of videos, of women talking about this exact subject and how deeply disappointing and even deeply hurtful sometimes it is for women to discover that men are so insanely lustful. Their brains are rotted with pornography. It's truly sad, and it's honestly such a waste of great masculine energy that is misdirected. And finally, the 8th tip is to get over your fear of rejection. In fact, you're not even going to fear it when that confidence is developed in you, when you yourself realize that you're awesome, you're a fantastic material for a boyfriend, you're a real leader, you're a real go-getter. You shouldn't even worry about what girls think about you when they reject you. You know, that's their loss. That's fine. But you need to get over that fear. You've got to have the confidence to approach women, to write to women, not in a creepy way, but, in a nice way, in a way that comes from the perspective of trying to get to know her better instead of trying to jump into her pants. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you took something positive from it. I wish all of the men out there best of luck in their journey. I want to see more healthy relationships. I want to see happier people, more fulfillment, more loyalty. Bring back positive masculinity and positive femininity, because we're here to work together. We're here to help each other. We're here to be a team instead of be pitted against each other, like unfortunately right now social media and the news and the general vibe of Western society kind of pits us against each other. We're here to support each other. We're here to complement each other. We're here to fit together like yin and yang, not suffocate one another, but allow each other to coexist and form strong unions. With that being said, thanks for watching till the end. I will see you in my next video. Bye.